Hello, hello. If your neck is perpetually tense and feels even worse when you have a migraine attack, this class is for you. I'm going to bring you the fan favorite of all the practices that I led during the Yoga for Migraine Challenge. This one is all about neck relief. So neck and shoulders are going to be the targeted areas, and this class just seemed to get the biggest feedback. Like, people said this was their favorite practice and that it really worked wonders for relieving their neck and shoulder pain. And I hope this is a great resource for you too. It's great to be back live. I haven't been in here for a little bit. We had the big challenge, and I had to take a little time off to just recoup and manage my own energy, and I'm excited to be back here with you today. Our practice will be pretty much on our mat, but you might want to have a little blanket or cushion for just a couple seated postures in the beginning. And just to give you some updates on life here, I'm in Boise, Idaho. It is quite cold, but we'll do a little bit to warm up. And as we move into 2023, I want to also let you know that I'm going to space out some of my lives this year. Last year, I pretty religiously showed up here live every Wednesday, and also to give me some more time and energy to help me manage my health better and just my family life. I'm going to be alternating live, so that I'll come live one week, and then the next week will be a replay from something wonderfully helpful that I shared last year. So if you don't see me live as much, that's what's going on. I'll be coming in live about twice a week, or twice a month. And if you're here joining me, thank you for being here live. Say hello in the comments, because I love to see who's here. And if you're joining me on a replay, you can put in hashtag replay. So you guys ready to get our neck and shoulders relaxed? Let's do it. So neck pain is actually one of the most common symptoms of migraine that many people underestimate. Neck pain is actually more common. There we are. More common than nausea, and so not many people have great treatments for the neck pain that comes with a migraine, but I feel like yoga is uniquely suited to help release tension, but also to help strengthen the back that for so many of us gets quite rounded and through just modern life. So let's start seated on your chair or cushion or blanket. Taking a moment to wiggle yourself back and forth, forward and back, until you're feeling grounded through the sit bones, feeling tall through the crown of the head. You're invited to close your eyes or have a soft gaze ahead of you. Taking this precious time to tune in with yourself. One of the biggest aspects of yoga is self-study, svadhyaya. That in daily life can just mean taking a few moments to feel how you're feeling. Feeling your physical body, your energy level, your emotions and thoughts. And take an inventory of how your neck and shoulders are feeling. And then we'll see if it changes at all by the time you're done with our practice. And let those eyes flutter open. So we'll do about a 20-minute practice today. And we'll begin by bringing your arms up into cactus. So elbows are bent at about shoulder height. And then we'll take a breath in, maybe lifting the chin slightly, looking up. Exhale, you're rounding your spine, crossing your arms, giving yourself a hug, and looking down. Inhale, open. Slightly arching the back. Exhale, round the spine. You can do this standing or in your chair as well. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, opening, slight arch in the upper back. Exhale, round. Last round, inhale. And exhale. Good, and now let your hands be relaxed to their sides. And we'll let the neck release forward, chin towards chest. And then just very subtly rolling your right ear to the right shoulder. And then rolling to the left shoulder. Doing these little pendulum neck rolls. No rush, nice and slow. If you feel dizzy, slow it down or just pause on one side for a few breaths. Then let the head come back to center. Take one hand to the forehead and push your head back. No effort from the neck. And we'll move on to all fours. If you have a blanket, this can be nice to open out for your knees, so you've got a little more padding. And we'll come into tabletop, knees under shoulders, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. There it is. And begin by drawing the belly in slightly so we're flattening through the core, and then let your head release. Try doing some gentle nodding of the head. And then shake your head no. And then let the head just droop for a breath. Bringing your head back to center now, so your neck is in line with your spine. And we'll do a wiggle where you get to look over the right shoulder, looking towards the right hip. Your hip's gonna come towards you a little bit, and then back to center. And exhale, wiggle, look to the left hip. And center. So we'll get this little bowing of the side body, but you're also bringing your neck into it, peeking behind you, seeing if you can see your hip to the right, center, and left. One more each side. And take a peek, see if you can find your hip, and center. Let's give your wrists a break. Come on back and interlace your fingers behind the small of your back. Pull shoulders back and down, and any amount, lift the fists away from your back. Nice full breaths, opening up the heart and chest. And now bending elbows will bring the fist to the right waist. So it looks like this. Elbows are close together. Now we'll release the head to get a little bit of a neck stretch. So your ear is going to come towards the hands, the side that has the fist. So for me, that's the right side, and the left side of the neck releasing. Side out the mouth for even more release. Try drawing the nose forward a few more degrees, finding a new stretch in the neck. And now release your hands, release your chin to chest, and then push your head back to center, one hand to the forehead, maybe wiggle it out. And we'll do the other side. See if you can interlace your hands in the non-habitual way. So whatever you normally do, try the opposite so the fingers will be a little bit different. Roll shoulders back and down, and then lift the fists any amount away from the spine. Full breaths through the heart. And now draw your hands to your left waist. See if you can draw the elbows towards each other. And then ear to your left. Right side of the neck releasing. Sigh out the mouth. Draw the nose forward a few degrees, finding a slightly different stretch through the neck. And now release both hands down, chin to chest. One hand to the forehead to bring it all back to neutral. And we'll move back into tabletop for cat and cow. One of classic poses is so good for your spine to do every day. So you'll inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the heart, lift the head slightly. Exhale, you round the spine, push through the upper back, let the head go. Inhale, lifting, arching. Exhale, rounding. Keep flowing, inhale. And exhale, round. Inhale. This is our cow. This time as we come into cat, we'll round and bring the hips to the heels. So now we're in child's pose. You'll bend the elbows and pull your heart through back to cow. So we'll flow through this like a wave, rounding cat, pull hips to heels, inhaling, bending the elbows, pulling through the heart through for cow. Good, rounding back, pull back. Inhale, pull through, heart open. One more like that, rounding back. Good, inhale, back to neutral. Now we're adding on, right arm comes forward, up to the sky, your gaze can follow your hand, and back to the heels. Dragging the right arm and hand across the mat, and keeping this huge circle with the right arm. So we're adding shoulder movement, the neck can be involved if it feels good, gazing at your hand through the circle. 2 more. And then come back to tabletop or shake out the wrists. We just got one more on the other side. So we're in our tabletop, left hand reaches forward, up to the sky, looking at the hand if that feels okay, and back into child's. And then drag that left hand back through. Inhale and exhale down. Inhale, open. Exhale, take it down. 2 more. Follow your breath. Your breath is the leader. And we did it. You get to come down onto your belly. Oh no, I changed my mind. We're gonna do child's pose first. So for this, big toes touch and you can sit on the heels, knees wide, and then walk it out. Let the head go, let the shoulders go. If you want a little bit more for the shoulders, try drawing your arms a little closer so your palms can touch. And that might feel just enough. You can also lift the palms to the sky, so it's like your hands are in prayer and the fingertips point to the sky. And that will get a little more into the shoulders and upper back. Okay, now we're gonna crawl forward and onto our belly. And we'll move into Sphinx pose. So you can scooch back so that your hips are on your blanket and elbows are underneath your shoulders. Hands can start parallel. And if it's a little too much for your low back, you can try bringing your feet wider, like the distance of your mat. You can try bringing the toes in, seeing if that helps. You can also decrease the intensity by sliding the elbows forward ahead of the shoulders. But there will be a little stretch. We just want it sustainable through the low back. And to play with this, let's let the shoulders actually lift to the ears. So you're just kind of drooping, and let the head droop for a moment. And then lift the head back up. Your shoulders are down away from the ears. So you're a regal sphinx, feeling very stable. Full breaths to support you in the pose. Good, and now we'll make our way flat. You can turn your head one way and just rest. Maybe wiggle your hips side to side. Okay, next we'll play with cobra pose. So hands come under the shoulders, elbows bent, forehead flat. Round one is pressing the tops of the feet down, inhaling the head off the floor without using any effort through the arms. So it's just a baby cobra here. Shoulders back and down. And then exhale, come back down. Repeat, or maybe you come a little higher this time. Press the tops of the feet, press the hands now, lifting slightly higher, shoulders are down, elbows bent. So that's important that shoulders aren't up in the ears. And exhale, slowly crawl back down. So you choose, repeat, we'll go down a notch, or we'll do one more to hold. Press the tops of the feet, press the hands, shoulders back and down. Inhale, head and chest come up, maybe slightly higher. Imagine you're pulling your heart through in front of you. Full breaths. You can take a peek over the right shoulder, looking behind you, and back, and left, and back, and exhale as mindful up, back down. Look the other direction, hands down, rest. And now we'll bring our head back to flat and center. The thing is, if you are sensitive to touch or pressure, you could double your mat or add an extra little blanket for your head. So from here, you can interlace the fingers behind your head so that the hands rest on the back of the skull towards the neck. I'd like to have my thumbs rest on my neck and then slightly pulling the hand so it tractions the neck slightly. Let's take one more round of breath here. And then let your hands slide up to the crown of the head. And if you had a fold there, you can unfold it. We'll come into a fairly deep shoulder stretch, but you can adjust it to make it the right intensity for you. So the way this will work is you'll take your chin, rest left cheek on the floor. The left arm is out at a T. Right hand underneath the right shoulder, and you'll push yourself to roll backward. You can start with the hips stacked, and that might feel like plenty for your left shoulder. If you want to intensify, you'll kickstand that top leg behind you so that you're rolling even deeper into the shoulder. You know when you found the right intensity when you feel a sensation that you're able to maintain an even breath and that you're feeling peaceful in the pose. Full deep breaths will help to release tension where you're feeling any. Helps to relax and soften the mind and body. And now we'll slowly unwind, coming back forward, back on the belly. You can let both arms rest and look the other way. Take a moment to let it go. This time, right arm comes out to a T, or if it's more comfortable, you can keep it a little bit lower. Left hand under left shoulder. Push your left hand so you're rolling backwards. Option one is to keep your hips stacked and just feel that opening through the right shoulder. And option two is kickstand the top foot behind so you've got a little bit more range. You're coming backwards a little bit more into the shoulder. And finding the sweet spot where you're feeling sensation, your breath is even, your mind feels peaceful. And your next exhale, come back to the belly. Release your hands. And then flip yourselves all the way over. We're gonna come into our final pose, just laying on our back. So if you like to have a pillow, that can be nice to finish off. You gotta stay on your pillows, and then you choose. Maybe you want to keep your knees bent, knees towards each other, hands relaxed to the side, or you can have legs straight. If you have an eye pillow or a little towel for your eyes, feel free to grab it. And we'll do 3 cleansing breaths to help you relax even further now. Taking a breath in through your nose and audibly sigh it out the mouth. Ha. Through the nose. Ha. One more, your turn. And taking this time to let the practice integrate into the body. By closing the eyes, by tuning out from your outward senses, you're helping your nervous system reset. So I will be quiet for a minute here so you can fully let go. If you have more time and would like to continue on here, please do. If you need to get moving into the rest of your day, bring some movement into the fingers and toes with a wiggle, maybe a stretch. Bending the knees one at a time, rolling to the side. Pushing up to seated. Taking hands at prayer to the heart. And coming back for that self check-in. How does your neck and shoulders feel now? How are you feeling in your mind, your energy level? And I hope this practice helped to calm both your neck and shoulders and your mind, leaving you feeling calm and refreshed. Thank you so much, everyone joining me live and in the replay. If you are live or doing the replay, let me know how it felt. How's your neck and shoulders doing? Do you have questions? And you're welcome to always reach out if you want to make yoga a bigger part of your life. We've got everything from my on-demand yoga for migraine first aid kit, which is just a great resource of practices that you can do on your own, all the way up to full coaching programs to help you create a yoga habit, and also just be in a community of other people who have migraine, that have experienced similar things in life, so that we're feeling like we can prioritize our self-care, we can create more healthy routines in our lives, and come to that place where we're learning tools to dial back our symptoms. So feel free to reach out, DM me anytime, and let me know how it felt. Thank you all. Oh, Mon was here. Did the less intense moves because of dizziness good and the neck stretching felt good? Yes, we always have that option, especially for folks with vestibular challenges, to just slow the movements down, to have, if you have like bolsters or pillows, to, if lying flat is an issue, you give yourself a little more of a slant. That can be helpful. And the more that you are tuning into what you need, whether you want more intense or not, that means you're doing yoga. So great to hear that you made it your own. And I'm so glad you could join me today, Mon, for our practice. Well, I'm gonna log off, but I know I read all your comments and will respond, and I'm so glad to be back with you all again live. And I'll be live in a couple more weeks, but we'll have a great replay for you next time. Lots of love. Bye, everyone.